Welcome back, it's your boy Gat Cognac back with another video. So if you guys might have noticed that I did a live stream recently and it basically was a backlog video. Now basically I pretty much talked about all the games, or at least the games I really want to play that I have on my backlog, which I plan to tackle eventually as the backlog keeps growing. So did a little live stream because I knew it was going to be a long video. Other than that, turned out to be a 3.5-hour video. So this is the condensed version. We're going to show you pretty fast what my backlog is and what I'm probably going to play next. So stay tuned. Alright, let's just start. I'm going to start off with like some of the older stuff, and then we're going to progress to the new stuff right now. A lot of the games I have is actually going to be the new stuff. So, first games first is Obscured right here. So if you guys didn't know, Obscured is kind of a rare game, especially on PS2. PS2 is like a $150 game plus. Xbox, a little bit cheaper, might be like in the 60 to maybe even more, like 80 range right now. So it's getting up there right now. Obscure is basically, a lot of people would say it's like the game of the movie Faculty. So it's kind of like a horror, psychological horror genre, but you're in a school, you play as high school kids, and you're kind of like fighting like these monsters and stuff like that. So the cool thing about this game is it is a 2-player game. So you can actually play couch co-op with this game. I've always wanted to actually play this like co-op, so eventually maybe if I have some time, I can find somebody to play co-op with me. So that's one of the #1 games on the list, man. I know playing by myself would be cool too, but it's just something about like a horror co-op game, man, you don't see much nowadays. So this is one of the first of its kind. Definitely want to get on that the first chance I get. Alright, second we got Legend of Heroes 2. So these games really don't go in any particular order, but they usually come out in groups. So basically Legend of Heroes came out as like their first 1, 2, and 3. Those came out for PSP, and then later they came with the Trails, whatever series, and then blah 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 blah. So like they don't relate anything to each other. Most of the times when you play a new game, the characters, they don't really like have any connection with the old games. But you do hear about like some of the characters from the other games though, as a reference. So, but the timeline usually is different. Now, I never got to play this one. This one I say is probably the more rare in the trilogy on the PSP. But I got this game maybe a couple years ago, and I ended up, I think I got it loose, and I found the case after I sold the loose game, or I found it complete in box, something like that. So good to have it in my collection. I remember like playing these games, the first and the third, on 2 separate trips going to China. So I had a good time playing it. Maybe I'll play this on another trip, so I don't know. Like next time I travel across the seas, I'll probably pop this in for like old time's sake. But other than that, that has been on my bucket list for a minute, man. I'm happy to have the game finally, and now eventually I will get to it. Alright, let's move on. Next games I have is going to be 360, so it's going to be 360 and up next. First game I got is Spec Ops the Line. You guys never heard about this game. This is one of the times when they still made decent, like, shooters with good storylines and stuff like that. So if you haven't heard, you probably heard this from other channels and stuff like that. Spec Ops the Line is supposed to be like a pretty interesting story to this shooter, because you're kind of like, I don't know, you either kind of like, you have moral decisions in this game. You know what I mean? So it's like everyone that's like served in the military, they can kind of like, recall like, oh man, you had to make some fucked up decisions up in war, you know what I mean? So like you kind of get to see like the real stuff you see in war, and war is not pretty, you know what I mean? So it's pretty interesting on their take of how, war fighting is. Anyways, so yeah, but you get to make mess up decisions or whatever like that, and each decision you make will like basically something bad will happen or have its effects in the storyline. So I do want to play that just because I want to see how that is. So anyways, next up, got Dead Space 3. I've been wanting to beat this game. I actually started, only played it for like an hour or so, and then I kind of gave up. I always wanted to play as co-op because this is another co-op horror game, so that's definitely in my genre. I do love horror. I do love horror, and I love co-op, so 2 in 1. As far as reviews, I know this one didn't get that good of a review because, you know, basically by this time EA was like kind of like forcing Visceral Games just amp up the speed and try to make games in, you know, in EA's vision instead of their own. So like, it wasn't supposed to be the best rated game, but from what I played, it was still pretty decent. So I'm looking to actually finish this game. Next up is El Shaddai. A lot of people don't know about this game because they didn't really advertise the game like that. This is a pretty interesting game. I always say like this game is the reverse of Dante's Inferno. Instead of you're going to hell, you're kind of going to heaven. And you're kind of like fighting like heavenly forces and stuff like that. You're supposed to play as like a character from the Bible. I'm not sure who it is. I don't remember. But the storyline is supposed to be pretty good. So I remember picking this up before it got kind of expensive. I know the PS3 version is worth a lot more. So if you want to get the cheaper version, 360 is the way to go. So El Shaddai right here. Definitely want to check this game out. I kind of like the art. The art, especially on the cover, kind of reminds me of Lost Odyssey. So I'm not sure if it's the same artist or not, but eventually I will get to this game. Maybe sooner than you think. We're going to move up to Xbox One. First game up. Probably not too many people know about this game, but if you do, let me know about it. This is Shadow Tactics right here. Shadow Tactics is basically like a real-time strategy, kinda. But at the same time, it's like a stealth game. So you kind of control your characters from a top-down view. Try to like, you know, make your way past guards and stuff like that. And it's a samurai game in like the feudal era. So I do definitely want to like play these games, man, or at least this game, and see how it is. It's a game you don't really see around, so I'm always interested in like games that you don't really know about. So I'll check that out. It's been on backlog for a while. Next up, we got Watchdogs 2. Now I heard this one wasn't as good as part 1, but because you guys already know I'm from the Bay Area, especially Oakland, they have parts of Oakland, San Francisco, stuff like that up in there. So I do want to check out my hometown. Because remember back in the days, you remember playing like Grand Theft Auto, or, you know, at least as a kid, you probably always like dreamt of like, man, I wish they made a game in my town, you know, like. So like as kids, we would always be like, man, I wish they made a Grand Theft Auto Oakland. So this is the closest thing we can get to that, man. I'm not sure if I like the actual characters and stuff like that in the game. So you're playing with like a bunch of kids just hacking and shit. So it's not really like gang related or nothing like that. And you know, usually in Oakland it's more like gang related stuff. So I don't know how that's gonna play into it, but I'm just mainly wanting to explore like my home city, man. So that's the whole point of wanting to play this game. So Watch Dogs 2. Now the new one I'm probably not excited about because really I don't relate to that one. It's kind of weird. But next thing's up, as we talked about in the live stream, a lot of people asked me about Alan Wake and am I excited for that game? Yes, I am. So that comes up with Remedy, which is also made by the same creator, Max Payne, Remedy, Control. You can't go wrong with Remedy, man. So I've always wanted to pick up this game. This game, like even when it first came out, it looked really good for its time, man. So Quantum Break right here. I think you get to like control time or something like that, or alter aspects of time in this game. So I'm not exactly sure how it is, but I think this game kind of inspired like Control that came out later, because I think they're kind of like similar. So, but Remedy, they're good at storytelling, they're good at gameplay and all that stuff. So you can't go wrong with Remedy on either. So anything they put out, I will play. Resident Evil Revelations 2 is the next game that comes up. Surprisingly, as big of a Resident Evil fan that I am, I haven't played Resident Evil Revelations 2. So I hear mixed reviews on this one. I hear it's pretty short. I hear it's episodic and all that stuff. But what caught my attention was it was co-op, this game right here. So you play as Claire and you play as Burton's like niece or daughter. I don't remember. Moira Brown, I believe. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I do want to play it. One time, like I thought it was online co-op. So like me and the homie Hypey Go like got the game set up. We downloaded it. Come to find out, it wasn't even online. So we ended up playing Saints Row instead. But it is what it is. Eventually, I'll probably, you know, muster up the time to try to play this or find somebody to play online with. Resident Evil Revelations 2. Looking forward to that game. All right. Got a whole stack right here, man. A lot of Xbox games because I haven't been playing much lately, man. So I'd say Next thing that comes up is going to be the Evil Within series right here. So 1 and 2. Now here, our first one is better than the second. Some say second's better than the first. I don't know, but this is made by one of my favorite creators, Shinji Mikami, the one that created Resident Evil. So I hear it's a damn good game. From what my experience is, I saw like a trailer to it, and even the trailer was like freaking scary. So I do want to play this game, man. Both of these games. I'll probably back to back them at the same time. Hopefully, maybe even play it live. You never know. Starting to do like a lot more lives now, so I'd say if I do live streams, it would like give me more incentive to try to play some of these games, because I'm kind of be on a schedule and stuff like that. So next game up, here there's a must-have. This is Plague Tale. As we know, they've been porting this out to PS5 and all that, but I got this for like $5 back in the day. So if I'm gonna play it on this, I'll play it on this. It is what it is. So if you guys don't know about this, Plague Tale is pretty much about you kind of protecting this kid, and there's like a plague of rats basically, and they kind of like can swarm you and kill you, but like they're afraid of fire. So you kind of gotta like use like fire as your advantage, or have light and stuff like that to get the rats out of the way. So it's pretty cool, man. It's kind of like a horde game, but you're actually like just repelling the horde. So yeah, I do want to play that because I heard the storyline's pretty good, and that's why there's a second one that came out now, which I need to cop that too. But Plague Tale, definitely want to hop on that. Next game, we got Prey. So Prey, you guys already know, this was like basically a reboot of the original Prey. The original Prey came out for Xbox only, I believe. One of the first games I played for 360. Had a great time with it. The story was great. It was fun, light, and great at the same time. And for the time, like, man, Prey, like, for its time, it's actually a decent game. Now it might look kind of dated, but I urge you guys, if you guys never played the first Prey that one. Now this one had came out, it was supposed to make a continuation of the second, of the original game, but it got scrapped, kind of like Cyberpunk 2077 style. It got scrapped, and then somehow it became this. So this is not the same Prey as the first one, but still, like they tried to make something else out of it. So even so, I'm a fan of the first game. I like to see what they got different in this one. So I'll play that. These are what I call kind of like the weirdo shooters, the weird shooters, because it's not your occasional shooter. It's got like elements to it, like BioShock and all that stuff. So I do want to play Prey. All right, next up we got World War Z Aftermath. Been wanting to play that for a second. I was very disappointed in Back 4 Blood, even though that was made by the creators of Left 4 Dead. It just didn't play. It wasn't a good game to me, and I wasted money on that game because I paid up for it because I was trying to support Turtle Rock. Was it Turtle Rock or what's the company? Anyway, so this is probably the best bet to play, and it's a co-op game. I love me some zombie games, especially if it's co-op shooters. This is probably the best thing you can get, and the closest thing you get to Left 4 Dead. So I do want to play that. If anybody got this on Xbox, I'll be willing to. I'll jump on with y'all. You know what I mean? Anyways, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. That's the next game I got up. Hellblade, been wanting to play this forever. This is made by Ninja Theory. So if you guys are familiar with Ninja Theory, they made Heavenly Sword. Even though that game was kind of clunky, it was still a fun game on PS3. This game right here, Hellblade, been wanting to play it. This game probably has some of the best like facial motion captures out there. And now they're already announcing like the second game coming out. I was looking at the graphics of that game. It looks amazing, man. And it is exclusive to Xbox on that one. Sure, a lot of people aren't happy about that, but whatever. That's why I got them all. Next up, we got Prototype right here. Now, Prototype, I played the first one, beat the hell out of it, got all 1,000 achievements, but part 2, I never got a chance to play. At that time, I already like stopped playing games for a minute. So when it came out this double pack, I had to jump on it, man. And at the time, it was kind of hard to find. Even now, it's kind of hard to find this game without paying up for it. So it's got 2 games in one, so I'm ready to play part 2 eventually. Had a great time playing the first Prototype, I'm telling you. Told a little story on my live stream. Basically, it was a pretty funny story about my homeboy, because I went and visited him when I was living in the Bay Area, and he came, and I came to Las Vegas for my 21st birthday. So like, this game had just came out around that time, June 2009, I believe. And so, yeah, man, I kind of like borrowed this game from work and then brought it over to my boy's place, played it, and then we were just having a great time, man. Because this game is basically like Spider-Man, except you're playing as like a more menacing character, kind of like a Venom or something like that, or a Carnage character, right? But you can consume people, you get your, get their skills and all that stuff. It's a pretty cool game, but it was still kind of tough. So anyway, it's like, funny thing is like if you consume people in this game, you will kind of like get to like take their memories, their skills, and kind of like you could also like transform into them, so you could bypass security, blah blah blah. So I was talking about it on a live stream where one time I was in Las Vegas, me and my boy, we went to Tao nightclub at the Venetian, the club that always has a happy ending, they say. But my boy, he didn't have a happy ending that night. So it's more like an Asian club. I remember like as you walk in, there's a bunch of these like tubs filled with water and like flower petals and stuff like that. So like there were these like big titty chicks up in the freaking pool, and they had like pasties on and all that stuff. So I remember my homeboy, we were waiting in line. He kind of like reached into the pool to try to like talk to the girl. And you know how like, man, it was so funny because all the security guards are usually like real like they're on top of you if you try to like mess with a girl. It's kind of like a strip club, stuff like that. So like, I don't know, man, he probably thought he was trying to like make a move on her or something like that. So like security guard came and just lifted up my boy. My boy's taller than me. He's like, bam, just lifted off his legs. Like, hey man, I'm touching the girls, blah blah blah. Carried his ass out. I think he got booted out after that, so we didn't even get to get in. And so I think my boy, he was hella mad. He's like, man, fuck these guys, fuck these fucking security, man, motherfuckers, they got that small dick syndrome or some shit, man. They always trying to like do shit, he was just hella mad. It was hella funny. So he's at home playing fucking Prototype. He's like, man, it's like, if I had that Prototype fucking power, man, I'd fucking consume all these motherfuckers, It was hella funny. So my ass is just cracking up. I was like, if you consume him, man, you're gonna like always have that memory of him fucking lifting your ass up out of the club, man. Like that's gonna be stuck with you forever, even if you want to forget it, man. So that's just hella funny. That was the funniest moment ever. Anyway, let's move on to the next. We'll move on to the next game, which is going to be Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I got the Steelbook edition right here. I messed up and bought 2 copies, man. I don't even know why, but I got it for like $5 for the other one, so I'm not too mad about it. Anyway, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is a third in the reboot series. I enjoyed the hell out of the first 2 games, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one as well. I do like this version of Lara Croft a lot, man. Like I do like because it's a young version. She's kind of figure out her ways. But at the same time, like you can do crafting in it and do a lot more stealth and all that stuff in the game as far as, compared to like the other Tomb Raiders where I felt like just mostly like run and gun and climbing and exploring. That's it. So there's like a little bit more depth to this game, a little bit more storyline. So I'm hoping that this one's going to be just as good as the other 2. So we'll have to find out. So I'm not sure if this one has co-op in it, but I remember the second game had like a co-op survival mode. That was pretty fun too. So Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, man. Looking forward to playing that game. Now, this is part of the series. I do need to play them all, so I'm just gonna have Metro the series. So there's gonna be Metro Redo, Metro Last Light 2033, and Metro Exodus. I believe you play these ones first because these are like the remasters from the original Xbox or 360, and then you play these, which came later. So I am a big fan of like Fallout and all that stuff and post-apocalyptic games, all that. So I've been wanting to play those games for a minute, but I know these are going to be time-consuming. But eventually I'm going to have to hop on those games, man, because I wasn't enjoying Fallout 4. So hopefully these will make up for that in the future. Alright, let's go on to the PS4 stuff. I'm going to make it easy for you guys, man. Basically, I'm picked the whole entire Yakuza series, or Yakuza series. I'm going to even include Ishin and all that stuff too, but the mainline series is what I want to tackle first because, these are like basically the beginnings, you know what I mean? So we're going to start off with Yakuza Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2. These are basically the first 2 remakes of the first 2 games. The Remastered Collection right here is 3, 4, 5 that you get that. They're kind of ports from the PS3. So, but who wants to pop out a PS3 anyway? So these came right on time. After that, they want to play Yakuza 6. You know, this one I got as like got a little big case cover to it. This one comes with like a little booklet and all that. But yeah, Yakuza 6, beat that. And I'm not sure if you should play this last or first, so I just put it as last because this came out like way later. It's supposed to be a prequel to the Yakuza series. So I'm gonna get those out of the way and then play like the other ones afterwards, like Ishin and Like a Dragon and all that stuff. So yeah, man, I'm hoping they like make some of the other ones, like that Rare game, Dead Souls Yakuza. They should port that over too, so I can have like the whole thing. Anyways, get those out of the way because like, you know, that's gonna take a while to beat. At the same time, like I'd rather play this than like the Shenmue series because like these were kind of like, you know, I would say after Shenmue came out, this kind of came out and it was pretty similar in playstyle. So, but they went more over and top all that stuff. So I'd rather play this than try to like go back and play the Shenmue series because like it's kind of slow playing those games. These, I guess, is a little bit better, a little bit faster, more fun. So, yeah. All right, next up, we got The Last Guardian. So I do want to play Last Guardian because it's from the creators of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. So definitely want to play this game. This game, like we were talking about in the live, basically it took forever to come out for this game. So by the time like I realized that this game came out, it was already on sale for hella cheap, and I didn't even know it came out at the time. So do want to play it. Not bad. I know I got this for like the 4 for whatever sale, so good stuff. Another game I really want to play is Bloodborne. So I've been playing, you know, I beat Demon Souls. I'm definitely trying to beat Elden Ring. I took a break on that game. It's too damn big. So they say this is one of the best, basically Souls type of games out there, and exclusive to PS4. So yeah, man, I want to play this game right here, man, because I hear it's like a little bit more fast paced than the other ones. Because, you know, like most of the Souls games are kind of like slow, man, when it comes to like slashing and dodging. This was much more faster paced. I do want to play that just because of that. And they say it's one of the best in the series, so yeah. Next thing I've got is Detriot Become Human. So this is what you would call one of those, like, I would say interactive video type of games, like interactive movie games. Because it's kind of like a movie basically, except you have some control over it, but you're not doing like too much. You're just kind of like making decisions and stuff and watching how the game plays out. But I hear this game is pretty damn good story-wise, visuals and all. So I do want to play it. I do like this chick as an actor. I remember her in a couple movies or shows. So I definitely check that out, man. Detriot Become Human. Anyways, next thing we got is Sariento. It's probably the only VR game you'll see that I want to play because it's a ninja game on top of that. I hear it's hella good. Some of you guys on the live stream said it was a good game. So if you want to check this out, this will be like one of the first VR games I'll pop in to ever play. So looks damn good, man. So Callisto Protocol. You guys know I like my survival horrors. So Callisto Protocol is basically made by the same creators of Dead Space. And you know I love me some Dead Space, right? So basically, yeah, basically I want to play this game because I want to see what direction this is going to. I hear it's pretty damn good. So definitely want to play it. At the same time, like I paid up for this game. I paid like $30 for it. The game's dropped down to like 20 now, I think. So like I feel like I need to play it soon before it drops down to 10. That I really feel like I didn't get my money's worth, you know, because I bought it for no reason. But yeah, pretty cool. Anyways, next thing I got up is called the Ascent. Now you guys know I like my co-op game. This is kind of like what I call a run and gun shooter, dungeon run and gun shooter, except in a cyberpunk type of like setting. So you kind of get to upgrade your weapons and run around, play co-op and stuff, 4 players, just like Smash TV or something like that. I would like compare it to one of those Contra Smash TV type of games. So I like games like that, man. I grew up on all that type of stuff. So now we got some RPGs. I normally don't, you know, have too much RPGs I want to play because they take too long. So basically, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII is one of them that I do want to play. I remember like playing this on PSP. I never got to finish it, so I think this would be the best way to try to finish it now. Just to actually see like what's different, you know, from the original to the remastered, man. Anyways, another RPG. You guys already know I'm a big Star Ocean fan. Can't wait until Star Ocean, basically the Star Ocean 2 second story remake. So, but this game right here, the Divine Force, man, this game actually dropped in price pretty quick, man. So I was able to get this for a good price. So it don't matter if I don't play it in time or anything like that. But I do eventually want to play these because I love me some Star Ocean games, and I love the whole like action fighting, you know, instead of like turn-based and all that stuff. So yeah, man, it's more fast-paced, so it's faster for me, so I don't have to like be all bored just waiting for the turn to attack and all that stuff. So yeah, man, Star Ocean, fan of the game, got to play that. I guess there is some honorable mentions that I have that I forgot to like bring out because I was kind of making this in a hurry, but you know, let's make it a little different from the original video. Take out a couple games that I think is worthy of. All right, let's do it. Pull out some PS5 games. I haven't been giving PS5 too much love. Tales of Arise or Ares. I do want to play that because, you know, this plays pretty similar to Star Ocean, and I do like Tales series. So, it's an honorable one. Stranger in Paradise. Final Fantasy Origins. I do want to play that because this is made by Team Ninja. So, it's kind of like supposed to be a co-op game. Kind of like Ninja Gaiden. And, you know, I love me some Ninja Gaiden. I haven't seen anything close to that lately. So hopefully this will satisfy my Ninja Gaiden crave. Unless you guys want me to play Ninja Gaiden again on live. I don't know. Anyways, bam. And then another honorable mention is Sifu. If you want to play that, it's kind of like a beat 'em up game. Yeah, man. I mean, I hear a lot of good things about this game. This game kind of reminds me of like Jackie Chan's Stuntmaster or Jet Li's Rise to Honor type of, you know, style. So it's pretty cool. You're fighting in more like Kung Fu style, stuff like that. Yeah, man. What else can I say about it? And then lastly, I do have a Switch game that I want to play. I really don't play a lot of Switch games, man. But it's going to be Bayonetta 3. So Bayonetta 3 is definitely going to be one of the games I wanted to play. I remember I put out a poll, like, you guys wanted to see me live playing this, Tears of the Kingdom, or talking shit. And I remember like Tears of the Kingdom, this came pretty close, but talking shit won out. So, I don't know, maybe eventually I'll play this live anyways, because it seems like a decent amount you actually wanted me to play this. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the Bayonetta series. I played the first two, beat the hell out of them. And then part 3 right here, I've been meaning to get a chance to play this. So, yeah, man. Yep. So that would be basically my most essential backlog right now for, you know, what I want to play. So this is the backlog right here. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you guys powered through the live, appreciate you powering through that live, 3.5 hours. But hey, I'll see you guys on the next one. It's your boy, Gat Cognac, signing out. See you later.